All our three readings today are apropos the theme of the third Sunday of Advent, and that is Gaudete, rejoice. And that word rejoice comes from the entrance antiphon that we should have recited if we had not sang the entrance song. The theme has to do with rejoicing on account of the fact that salvation is dawning. So we are commemorating and reliving the moment or the times when the people of God, the chosen people, were waiting for the promised Messiah. And all three readings talk about that. The first reading from Isaiah is full of rejoicing and talks about parched deserts coming to bloom. Joyful song talks about the splendor of the glory of God. And that explains why one of our traditional hymns during Advent that nobody is singing anymore has to do with the words, "Bedew us, O heavens from above." Parang hinihiling sa langit na magpababa ng hamog sa pagtuyot na tuyot ang buong santinakpan at ang hamog na nagmumula sa kaitaasan, ang tanda ng katuparan ng pangako nung una. So we have two words today to reflect on: promise on the one hand and fulfillment on the other. But in the meantime, in between the promise and the fulfillment, we have the here and now. We have the reality of our lives here and now. A very pinakabobong bansa sa Southeast Asia. Wala nang turistang gustong pumunta rito. Ang ating infrastructure ay palala ng palala. Puro report. When I was studying in Baltimore, Maryland many years ago, I was saying Mass in the World Bank and IMF in Washington, D.C. And I am invited every time they have kainan. Daming Pilipino doon, daming Indians, daming Pinoy. Kaya what did they tell me there? Yung handa namin na ito ngayon ay galing sa binabayaran ninyong utang. Because according to the report, many years ago, lahat ng kalye sa buong Pilipinas ay sementado. The World Bank financed all of it. All of it was stolen. So yung mga flood control na yan ay hindi bago yan. We are a corrupt people. This is between the promise and the fulfillment. The reality about me, the reality about you, and all of us put together. So St. James was talking about something we all need to hear. Be patient. And in case you did not notice, the very short second reading repeated the word patience 4 times. Be patient, be patient, be patient. And then the 4th time it talks about patience, nominative, nominal, patience. And why should we be patient? James said it, the judge stands before the gates. Malapit na. Sa ikatlong pagbasa in the Gospel, we were told about John the Baptist in prison. And John the Baptist in prison, that speaks about the reality of the then and there. Sa gitna ng pangako at ng katuparan. Sa gitna ng pangako at katuparan, ang katotohanan na ang naghatid ng magandang balita ng pagdating ng Mesiyas ay ikinulong. Ito ang problema sa ating lipunan. Yung nagsasabi ng dapat at nararapat at tama ay siyang binabato, siyang pinupukol, siyang sinisisi. Kung kaya ang simbahan ngayon ay sinisisi ng mga grupo ng isa, yung sa South. At kampi daw ang simbahan dun sa North, dun sa taga Ilocos. Who said that? The church preaches in season and out of season. And whoever does the wrong thing is good enough to be canon father for the prophecy of truth and salvation. Anyway, the point is, John the Baptist was in prison. It's the story of you and me. Kapag tayo nasusukol, kapag tayo nahihirapan, kapag tayo napapaligiran ng hilahil ng problema, ng suliranin, ng mga pagsubok at ng mga pasanin, we want to ask questions and we're looking for the one to ask. So when John the Baptist heard what Jesus was doing to the people of God, he sent his disciples with a big question, ikaw na ba? Ikaw ba yan? Ikaw na? O meron pang iba? Are you the one who is to come, or should we look for another? When we are at the end of our ropes, then we ask anybody who can give us an answer. Hanggang dito na lang ba ang buhay natin? I was born 10 years after the Second World War, and I never imagined in my life that life would be even worse than what it was. I don't know. Because 10 years after the war, it was all uphill. It was all going up. We were all hopeful. And then 1986 happened, and we thought we will have a good government from then on. But then the reality set in. Mandarambong lahat. Kung kaya kulelat, natalo tayo ng Bangladesh, matatalo na tayo ng Cambodia, ng Laos at ng iba. At tayo nag-aaway pa rin doon sa taga-South at taga-North. Nag-aaway pa rin tayo sa kulay, dilaw, pink at whatever. Hanggang dito na lamang ba? Our question, like the question from the heart of John the Baptist is, ikaw na ba? O meron pang iba? Are you the one who is to come, or should we look for another? But then today, the answer of the Lord, I'd like to remind you, Jesus said to them in reply, go and tell John. Go and tell John what you hear and see. The blind regain their sight, the lame walk, lepers are cleansed, the deaf hear, the dead are raised, and the poor have the good news proclaimed to them. I would like to ask myself and you, what do you see? You see what? You long for Pogo kasi may yumaman, dami yumaman sa Pogo. Ang iba kilala ko. Kaya panig sila sa Pogo. Pero marami na ako kilala na nabudol ng Pogo. Yung nagpagawa ng mga condominiums na hindi mabili ngayon. Na nung may mga Pogo ay cash ang binabayad ng mga tampalasan. Nakalagay sa paper bag. Cash. Mag-open kayo ng account sa bangko at kung hindi kayo, wala kayong mga patunay, hindi kayo bubuksan ng account. Pero itong mga ito, pag nag-withdraw ng hundreds of millions, walang tanong-tanong. What is the difference? May pera, may lagay. Nabibili ang lahat. Nabibili ang BIR, nabibili ang immigration, nabibili ang barangay, nabibili ang City Hall, nabibili ang gobyerno, nabibili lahat. Kaya usong-uso ang tanim witness. Sino nagbibintang ng tanim witness? Yung nasanay sa tanim witness. We are a sinful people. So when John the Baptist had a big question, ikaw na ba o meron pang iba? Bakit? Pagod na kami. Pagod na ako sa kulungan. Pagod na tayo sa kamangmangan na nabubudol sa ayuda at tupad at kung ano-anong pangako ng mga tampalasan. Go and tell John what you hear and see. What do you hear? And this is now the good news for you and me. Why are you here? Because you want to hear the truth. You want to hear good news. You want to hear words that bring to everlasting life. Words that bring you face to face with the splendor and the glory of God. This is what you came here for. You didn't come here in order to donate to us. Partly also, yes, some of you, some sa ating lipunan, laging merong, you cannot please everybody. Noong declaration ng Minor Basilica, merong nakaupo dyan, hindi naman dapat siya doon nakaupo, pinagsabihin ng mabuti, galit na galit. Bakit? Parokyano daw siya. Yung nasa gym, di ba sila parokyano? Yung nasa dyan, auditorium, di ba sila parokyano, yung nasa labas, di ba sila parokyano. We are all self-entitled. We are a sinful people. And the good news is hurting. And that is, prepare the way of the Lord, make straight His paths. And where should it begin? It begins with you and me. So, Gaudete, why do we read to rejoice? Because we are proclaiming in the liturgy what is already a reality. But in the liturgy, we're also proclaiming what is not yet. In between the promise and the fulfillment is a big gap of the reality about my human status, my human condition. And we have fallen short, all of us have fallen short of the glory of God. The reality of the here and now, reason, pain, not necessarily privilege and power, but yet we want to focus on what do we need to hear. We need to hear always the narrative of the empire. Kaya si Putin bilib na bilib si Trump bilib na bilib kay Putin. Bakit? He wants to be like Putin. With so much power, being president for 25 years now, and this is the 26th year, the narrative of the empire. Pag nakakita tayo ng namimigay ng ayuda, hanggang langit ang pasasalamat natin, the narrative of the empire. And no one wants to follow the narrative of salvation, the narrative of the Savior, the narrative of life through death, the narrative of Calvary, the narrative of the altar of sacrifice, where He poured out His blood and body. And when we come together each morning to celebrate the Eucharist, we are face to face with the narrative of the Savior and the narrative of the cross, the narrative of Calvary. It is not the narrative of ayuda and the narrative of election. Kung ang ating pinakikinggan ay yung nangangako, sige, ihahalal uli natin yung 40 taon ng mayor. After 6 years, congressman naman, yung kapatid naman ng mayor, Parañaque, Las Piñas, Pasay, Mandaluyong, Muntinlupa, the whole 135 out of 189 provinces. Go and tell John. What do you tell your neighbor? Oy, yung kotse mo mong iparada sa aking bakuran. Yung kotse mo mong iwanan sa kalye. This is the narrative of power, the narrative of privilege. Ang kalye sa Metro Manila nagiging TV room ng mga taong kinukuha ang kalye. Sinasakop ang mga streams. Kaya kaya nagbabaha. Ginawang real estate ang mga kanal. Look at the picture of Metro Manila in 1950s. And the picture now of Metro Manila, nasa na yung mga estero de Segado. Nasa na yung mga esteros, naging real estate. Yun ang nangyari sa Ondoy noon sa Provident Village. Kung kaya nagbaha. Go and tell John and his disciples. What do you see? What do you hear? Our question for me and for you today, what do I see? What do I hear? What narrative do we bring? The blind see, the lame walk. Yes, I know. Okay, I'll tell you a story. I don't remember what year that was. There were 2 boys magse-serve sa benediction. Tapos magsutana at kumuha ng mga kandila at nagpuprosesyon na kasama ng pare. Nagtalo sila. Ang pangalan ay De La Jenga at si Castiglione. They were about 10, 11 years old. Nagtalo sila. Ako sa kanan. Hindi, ikaw dun sa kaliwa. Nagtalo. Pagdating sa altar, bago pa man makarating sa altar, napukpukan na ng kandelabra. Duguan si De La Jenga. Pinukpok ng kandelabra nung si Castiglione. Many decades after, it was the Holy Year. De La Jenga, who was Pius VII, Pope Pius the 5th, I don't remember now kung 5th or 6th or 7th, was being assisted by Cardinal Castiglione. They were both high up in the ladder of the church authority. One was Pope, and Pope Pius told Cardinal Castiglione, "Can you hand me the silver hammer?" Kasi pupukpukin yung holy door ng 3 beses para buksan ang holy holy door. At ang sabi ni Cardinal Castiglione, ibibigay ko sa iyo yung martilyo tulad ng binigay ko yung candelabra 6 decades ago. The 2 boys were sinful. Nag-aagawan sa right place ng pare. Both of them became great men. One became Pope. One was Pope, the other was Cardinal. When Pope Pius died, Castiglione became the Pope. Look at the good news. Are we getting closer to the Lord? That is what you need to answer. What narrative do you bring? And the lesson for us today, it matters a whole lot what you see. What you hear matters. What stories we tell ourselves matter. Go and tell, not John the Baptist, but your neighbors.